It's a chip level issue. That means that it potentially affects many devices, certainly all the different operating systems that run on the devices. And job one in these situations is exactly the way you put it. We all need to get out patches and the like before anybody is able to exploit this. The good news is that the industry is working together, perhaps even in an unprecedented way, to act collectively, to share information, and to get out patches. There is important work ahead of us. There's important work across the industry to address this. Ultimately, it is an issue that it will be important for computer users to be familiar with. It just underscores again how fundamentally important it is for people to, among other things, update their systems so that as these things are made available, they're protected.
It sounds like you've got some praise for the way the industry is addressing this, but I think a number of investors might want a little bit more granularity. Are there any concerns you have about the ways that chip giants had addressed this, or perhaps not addressed this sooner before the security researchers let the public know there was an issue here? Is there anything that investors should know about the chip giants and the ways that they've addressed this, things they could have done better?
Well, I always think it's best to let every company speak for itself, and I would be the first to let the chip makers speak for themselves. It is a broad issue because it is a chip-level issue. I'm not here to speak, for them or, frankly, to critique them. I am here to say we got to keep focused on this. We have important work ahead of us. It is a broad issue. We all need absolutely to do our best work. And when all is said and done, we should all step back and look back and do a post-mortem. Even if everybody does the world's best work on any of these cybersecurity issues, there is always an opportunity to learn and to get better, and that is the only way we are going to stay ahead of a threat model that, among other things, has major governments investing increasing amounts of money to try to exploit vulnerabilities in a very sophisticated way. So, unfortunately, we live in a dangerous world when it comes to these issues.
Brett, this is Courtney Reagan at the New York Stock Exchange. I understand you've put out a list of the top tech issues in 2018. One of them is diversity and technology. But it looks like at CES for the second year in a row, there are no women keynote speakers. So your colleagues in tech at the very big conference of the year are not really starting things out on the right foot when it comes to women. What are your thoughts there, and what should tech do to really change this going forward?
Well, I think you put the nail on the head of this. We need to do a lot more to address diversity issues in the tech sector. And I would first say across the economy, but especially in the tech sector. We need to use the discussion that has arisen out of the Me Too and Time's Up points, and not just do the first step, which is reflect on the need to do better, to raise awareness. But I think we need to find concrete steps that we can take in 2018 that will build a foundation for sustained progress. I do believe, basically, as you pointed out, that there is no substitute for getting more women in more positions of leadership. I just don't believe that any institution that has a strong representation of women at the leadership level is likely to face some of the problems we've been reading about. And I think it's fair to say, great, when is that going to show up at CES? Let's hope a year from now.
Hey there, thanks for checking out CNBC on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all of the day's biggest stories. You can also click on any of the videos around me to watch the latest from CNBC. Thanks for watching.